What I wanted to talk about for a few minutes tonight is why. Understanding the power and importance of your why. And why can be called a lot of things. It could be called your vision or your purpose. But usually great business people always have a reason for doing what they do, and then they're very effective at sharing it. I want to talk a little bit about how to create that reason and how to share it tonight. First of all, let's talk about the importance of why. Having a why or a vision, the one thing it does is it keeps our emotional goals in mind. It also gives us clarity. So when we're telling our story or sharing our story, it helps give our story more clarity. The third reason that it's really important is it helps us face and overcome challenges. Most people in business who are trying to do something great will from time to time face challenges. And when those things happen, some people want to quit, but if our why is strong enough, then we will be able to face those challenges and overcome them because what we are trying to accomplish is so important. Another key reason that having a why is important is it helps as you share your story to be able to let people know why you're passionate about Wayall, about your business opportunity, or about the products that you have to share. Because of your emotional connection to your why, it helps other people realize how passionate you are, and as a result, want to become a part of your company or at least become an advocate. Let's talk a little bit about defining your why or your vision or your purpose. There are a couple of key areas to consider as you're defining your why. One was, why did you join? Was it the product? Was it the opportunity? Was it helping other people? The second question is, why is the company important to you? Or is it the products that are really important? Is it something about the industry that you're excited about? Are you a person that likes the opportunity? Do you see yourself making a difference in the lives of others? Your why may encompass all of these different things, but ultimately each one of those can become great components as you design and tell your personal story. What was your motivation for joining the company, for reaching out to other people? And then lastly, how does this particular company or opportunity fit into your short-term and long-term life goals? As you can see, each one of these pieces of your why helps you to better understand it personally and share it. Now let's talk about the power. When you think about individuals who have vision or passion, they can share that sincere passion with others, and because of that, other people can feel compelled to participate and join in your vision, in your passion. One thing that's important as you design your why is that it should not be self-serving. If the only thing you want is to make a bunch of money, that would be great for you, but a lot of times it doesn't benefit anyone else. If your why is not only beneficial personally, but also helps other people, that has a tendency to open the door to other people joining you. It should be a big enough vision that it involves others. And then lastly, it can be customized to invite other interests. Perhaps you love the product, but you also like the opportunity. If, however, you're having a conversation with somebody who loves the product, you can talk more about that part of your why, because that relates to them better. Another thing I want to talk about is this. As a leader in the business, and I've had an opportunity to be a distributor in the field, one of the things that was really important is I wanted to know what the vision and what the goals were of the people in my organization, my direct recruits and other leaders. Because if I knew that, I could help support them. I could help encourage them. I could help give them ideas about how to more effectively accomplish their why, their goals. Also, it helped me because I had a number of times where individuals were so discouraged that they thought about quitting. When those times happened, as a leader, because I understood what their why was, why they joined, what they were passionate about, I could remind them that the struggles they were going through would be worth it if they could accomplish their goals and dreams with this company. And then lastly, because I knew what their goals and dreams and vision were, I could include them in mine. So I was able to talk about my why, but also talk about how their being a part of it helped us both to accomplish great things as a company. Once a person knows what their story is, then the question becomes, how do I effectively share the things that are important to me? When you're beginning to build a story, there's a couple of things that I would encourage you to consider as you're building it. First of all, where did I come from? And this doesn't mean where was I born, maybe. It could mean that, but really more importantly, what did you do before you became a part of this company? Were you a mechanic? Were you an executive? Were you a teacher? Were you a professor at a university? So where did you start from? What's your background? The reason this is valuable is because then people can see that you're just a normal person and they can relate to that, especially if you're a teacher and they happen to be a teacher. The second thing is, what did you discover? In other words, what did you hear, or what did you see, or what did you experience that helped you make the decision to become a part of this company? Was it a product that you tried that worked? Did you see an opportunity there? Did you learn about the company's background or the leaders or another thing? The third question to maybe ask is, what excited you? When you saw the opportunity or when you tried the product, what was it about it that got you excited? So did you see impact in the lives of somebody else who was using the product? Or did you see that there was other people that were like you with their same background that were earning additional income and that got you excited? Or did you see the fact that you have individuals in your family that may have health issues or those types of things, and that actually sharing some of the great Whale products would improve their lives? The next point is, what did you do about it? In other words, did you immediately sign up and do one of the larger executive packages because you recognized the environment there? Or did you immediately purchase some products and start using them to learn more about it? Once you saw the opportunity, you were excited, what did you do about it? What was your next step? This is important because then it allows people to realize if they're going through the same path and they're excited, then they could consider taking that same next step that you did. The next question is, where am I now? Now, if you only joined the company last week, then you're probably just brand new. But if you've been in the company for a few months, you can discuss the fact that today I've got 3 or 4 people on my team, or today I've shared the product with a number of different people and their lives have been impacted in a positive way. Or maybe if you've been here a year, today I've got an organization that is not only in the United States, but in China, and I'm helping a lot of people and I'm making additional income. So where are you now? What's happened in your life as a result of your decision to join Whale? And last but not least, where do you see yourself going? This is really important because if you're building an organization and you're bringing people into it, they want to know that they're a part of a vision. They want to know that your idea is to expand all over the country or to open additional markets, in other languages perhaps. Whatever it is that's your vision, if you share that, then they can see themselves as a part of that vision. So where do you see Whale in your future, and how do you see yourself succeeding, whether it's as far as a rank, or whether it's as far as building more people, or whether it's earning incomes and what those incomes might be? Once you've decided your why and clarified it, once you kind of have an idea what your story is and how you want to share it, the next question is, where are you going to share it and what are you going to do? One of the most important things that you can do, whether you're brand new in the business or whether you've been here for a period of time, is always make a commitment to share your Whale story with the warm market people that you know. We're going to explain that more in detail in a video that we created, a training video called Preparing to Share. But let me explain that within your warm market, the most important thing is, as you share your story with them, they may not be interested, they may not want to become a recruiter, but every one of them needs to know that you're in the Whale business, why you're excited about it, and how that could impact the lives of people if they care enough about people to share the story with them as well. Remember to record everyone you know, and every day you can be growing that warm market by the people that you meet or by the people that you think of that you haven't thought of before. The next two steps is you should always plan to expand your warm market, and then that is most common from referrals. So if I share the Whale opportunity or the products with somebody, they might, like I said, be interested. They might even sign up to become an affiliate, but they might not be interested right now. But you can always ask them, who do you know who might be interested in earning additional income? Or who do you know who might be health conscious? I'll talk about that in just a minute. But you should always be inviting them to perhaps refer people so that you can grow your warm market by that referral. The last thing is growing your market through friendship development. And we're going to talk a little bit more in detail about some tactical ways to grow friendships and develop them. When we approach and reach out to somebody, there's kind of three ways that you can reach out to them. And one is help and opinion, the second is curiosity, and the third is need or opportunity. I'm just going to cover these really briefly, but I do want to talk about them for a second. From the help side, it's, I need your help. I just got involved with a company called Whale. The opportunity is expanding and looking for a few good people, looking for an opportunity to make some significant extra income. I had no idea if you'd be interested, but thought you might know somebody who could be. In other words, I just need your help. I want to share my story. Whether you're interested or not is great, but I really liked you and trusted you enough that I wanted to at least let you know what I was doing. In this case, once you have that, then the next step is, I'd like to sit down with you. Could I send you a video? Would you mind coming to a meeting? Just know what you want to do after you and ask for their help. The second one is curiosity. One of the things that we should learn to do is listen to what people say about themselves. Listen to what their dreams are. Sometimes you'll have people at work that talk about just being frustrated because they can't make enough money, or maybe their wife just lost their job, or maybe their bills are piling up. So many people are locked out. Or you could hear about people that know that there's a family member who's struggling with some health issue, and you know as a Whale affiliate that you may have a product that might impact their lives. As we listen to people and what's happening in people's lives, we can also learn about their dreams, but what we really want to do is find out what their hot button is. And what that is what are the things that perhaps Whale offers that we could share with them that they might have an interest in learning more about. For example, if their hot button was, let's say we worked with somebody and they were always talking about getting this new car that they were so excited about, but they don't make enough money to do it, we could say, hey, Frank, Remember that car you're always talking about getting? Well, I may have the perfect way for you to get it. I'd love to talk to you more about it. Let's connect later tonight, or can I send you a video that explains more in detail what that opportunity is? So now they're curious, and then all we need to do is take the next step of inviting them to either hear a video, join a meeting, or sit down and talk to them one-on-one. The last is opportunity. This is a great one to ask a question about things like, are you interested in making additional income? How would you like to make another $500 to $1,000 per month? These are questions that really invite them to consider the opportunity to earn additional income and or make a career change with our company, or really, frankly, build a huge company within a company, as many of the people currently in Wayall are doing. If you are not feeling confident enough to go more in depth about that, then you can invite them to speak to your upline, your sponsor, somebody else that will help them understand that opportunity. Remember, whatever approach you use, always have a next step. Always know whether you're going to schedule a one-on-one meeting with them, if you're going to send a video, but have something to do next so that they know, so you can clearly let them know what they need to do to take advantage of the opportunity. Some additional tips about conversations, especially if I'm asking for commitments and or referrals. I never really want to ask somebody what do they think or who do they know. And the reason for that is because that is too broad of a question. If I say what do they think, they're thinking about a lot of different things. If I say who do you know, it opens the door to thousands of people, and a lot of people can't identify one individual person. So a better way to do it is to be more specific. So I may ask them, who do you know that might want to make additional income? Who do you know that's currently working 2 jobs? Who is somebody who keeps their ear open for opportunity? And from a product standpoint, or from somebody that's looked at the company, I might say, what interests you most? Is it the products? Is it the opportunity? Or both? Or I might ask them, who do you know that is health conscious, that is looking for opportunities to be healthier? When I ask those kinds of questions, it now narrows down the field, and they can think of specific people that are health conscious or do to work 2 jobs or are interested in opportunity. Remember, as you grow in your business, we should always consider expanding our market. We should also be thinking about every day new people that we could share the Wayall opportunity. One of the things that I'm going to talk a little bit about is learning how to meet new people, but also how to learn more about people that we meet. Remember, our ultimate goal is to build relationships. We just want to get to know them better, because as we get to know them, we can learn whether there is a need for what we offer at Wayall, and we can learn more about the things to talk about that might pique their interest. One of the things that I used to talk a lot about when I was recruiting and developing people is I used to talk about the fact that I was in charge of expansion. Each of you are in charge of expansion. We want to grow the Wayall company throughout the world. And now we've done a great job in the United States and in China, but we know there's a lot of people throughout the world that will benefit from the Wayall products and the opportunity, or both. As a result of that, I am going to talk to people about being in charge of expansion and looking for individuals who might be interested in earning additional income part-time, making a career change, or even building a great business together with us in Wayall. Remember that when I'm reaching out and looking for people, I'm hunting. I'm looking for specific attributes. I'm looking for people that are hungry and interested and want to go forward. That makes the process easier and simpler. The last thing I'd remind everybody is don't be a secret agent. In other words, make sure that everyone that you know knows that you're involved in the Wayall business. Now remember, They don't have to join. They don't have to buy. They don't have to refer. But at the very least, you want to let them know how great the business is, and perhaps they can recommend your services to somebody else if they're not interested personally. So we're going to talk about meeting new people. And there's a couple of acronyms that actually help us and remind us of ways to meet new people. The first one is Frisbee, F-R-I-S-B-Y. The F stands for friendly conversation. This can happen anywhere. We're standing in line at a store, or we're on an elevator. There's a lot of different ways, but it's just friendly conversation, learning how to say, hi, how are you doing, those types of things. Once you've had that conversation and you learn a little bit about them, the next thing is to figure out a way. The R stands for related to the business. Maybe they like cars, or maybe they like travel. Well, one thing that we can help them do is recognize that if they could earn additional income, they could travel. Maybe health is a big thing. We could recognize the linking of our great products that improve the lives of individuals who partake. The third letter, the I, stands for interest. That's where I want to ask a question. For example, if you found products that could improve your health, would you be interested in learning more? Or if there was a way to make $300 to $500 a month part-time, would you be interested in learning more? If the next question is, or the next letter is S, S stands for share your story. And in the share your story, basically, it is that 60-second commercial. It's that 3,000. Now, if you're on an elevator, you don't have 3 minutes. You've only got a couple of seconds, really. And in that case, you want to make sure that you can explain a little bit about the company and go to the next step of getting a bit to B, which is building for an appointment or getting a business card. If you have a couple of minutes, like you're standing in line at Costco and there's like 8 people in front of you, well, then you could actually have more of a presentation where you talk a little bit about kind of maybe your personal story. You were a teacher, you learned about this company, you saw the products, what you did. So remember, 60-second commercial or 3-minute presentations depends on where you're at and the kind of time frame. But the last thing is, in all of these goals, it's to build for an appointment, to get a business card or get a contact information, or at very least leave your business card or get a chance to get an email to send them a video or something they can learn more about the company. There are a couple of other key acronyms that can help with business building, with relationship building. One is an acronym called FORM. This is when I first meet somebody, I want to learn a little bit more about them. First of all, so that I can know them better, but second of all, so I can recognize whether there's things in their life that being a part of Wayall or being a customer of Wayall would help them. FORM is one of them. The F in FORM stands for family, learning more about their family. Do they have kids that attend school? Have they been from this area? Have they got relatives that live around there? How many children do they have? Those types of things. Just learning more about their family. The second O stands for occupation. What do they do for a living? This is great because you can learn. A lot of times when you ask about somebody, what do they do? What kind of occupation? You can learn a lot about whether they like it or not, whether they're earning good income, whether they might be keeping their ear open for opportunity. The R is for recreation. One of the great things is, as we learn about what people do for recreation, a lot of times they enjoy the same things that we enjoy. And now we can talk about that. We can talk about football or sports or skiing or whatever that recreation is that they like to do. And as a result of that, we can build rapport and get to know them better. And then, of course, the last one is M, which stands for the message and the money. The money side is, are they a person who's interested in earning additional income? And if the answer is yes, then it's our message of sharing the Wayall story and the opportunity. The last one I'm going to cover is STEAM. This is very, very powerful if I'm in a situation where I'm looking for individuals that I would like to recruit into the business. The acronym STEAM stands for these three things. The S stands for salesman. And so I might ask them, if I say sales, who's the person that pops into your mind first? Or who's the best salesman that you know or salesperson that you know? This allows them to think about people that they have relationships with in this particular environment. And as a result of that, if they say, oh man, Bob, he does this and this, now I've got an introduction. I know a little bit about him, and that's a person I could reach out to and talk about the opportunity. The second letter is T, and that stands for teacher. One of the great things about sales, and especially in the network marketing business, is that a big portion of what we do in this company is educate people. We teach them how to understand the products and how the products impact lives. We teach them how to understand business and opportunity and how to take advantage of that business and opportunity in their lives. So I might say, look, who's the best teacher? Who's a person that maybe was a teacher of your kids or that you knew that just does a great job, that works well with students or works well with people? The next letter, E, stands for enthusiastic. I might say, when I say the word enthusiastic, who comes to your mind first? Look, if we're bringing people into the business, there's nothing more valuable than finding somebody that has enthusiasm about life. And then when we share the whale opportunity, can be enthusiastic about building a business with us. The next one is ambitious. The A stands for ambitious. Who's the most ambitious person you know? Who's a person who's always busy? They work 2 jobs. They're always looking for opportunity. They're always trying to make sure they're making an impact. Obviously, ambitious people are great people in this business if they decide that this is where they'd like to be. And then, of course, the last one is money and message. The money really is, who do you know who could use additional income? Do you know somebody who's working 2 jobs and might be interested in earning some additional or having other options about how to make money? Or do you know somebody who cares about health from the message? Do you know somebody who is health conscious or cares about other people and would love to share that story? And then the message is always the same. It is your personal story. It's an idea about how you got started in the business, and it's a vision big enough to include them in that vision. Once you've made a connection with somebody, remember, in the cold market especially, it's a good idea to try to get a name and a number, or at least a contact, a way to contact them. A lot of times we can hand out our card, which is great because now they have our card. But I usually, if I hand them a card, say, hey, great, this is Bob, this is a good way to get in touch with me. But hey, is there a way that maybe I could reach out to you as well if we miss each other? Now they can tell me, oh, sure, here's my, most of the time, they'll say, oh yeah, here's my phone number. Or they might give you an email. Or you could say, hey, look, I'd love to text you some information about our company prior to us getting together. Is there a good number that I could reach out to you on? Either way, we end up getting their phone number and a contact for them. If I get a contact, then I might reach back out and say, hey, Frank, this is Sterling. Hey, we talked yesterday. After talking to you, I wanted to reach out and just set a time to discuss more in detail what we talked about. So no matter how many people we reach out to, remember, one of the most important steps we can do is, once we have the contact information, reaching out to them and inviting them to hear more about the Whale Company. I want to actually close with this. Every person in the Whale business started new. Some of you have been here longer than others, and some of you have got higher level skills than others. But the truth is, the path to excellence for all of us is exactly the same. Everybody wants to be great at what they do. But remember, you can't be great until you're good. You can't be good until you're average. You can't be average until at least you've had some experiences, and you don't get any experience without trying. All of the things that I'm sharing tonight might be things that you're familiar with. Some, this might be the first time you've ever seen these different ideas. But in either case, what we really invite you to do is just give them a try. Because as you try, you'll get experience. As experience happens, you'll get better. Pretty soon you'll be good. And I promise you, over the long term, you'll be great. But it's always, always a business of trying. I hope this training helped tonight. If you have questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. We're going to give you some contact information to do that. So thanks a lot for joining us tonight, and we can't wait to connect next week.